Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a political standoff that left the ANC rattled and the country watching in disbelief. Former President Jacob Zuma made headlines once again, this time not for a speech or a court battle, but for physically storming into the ANC's headquarters, Luthuli House, in Johannesburg, without an appointment, demanding to see the party's National Chairperson, Gwede Mantashe. This unannounced move wasn't just bold, it was unprecedented. And it sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. Staff at Luthuli House were caught off guard. Zuma didn't bother with protocol, didn't book a meeting, and didn't give a heads up. He simply arrived, walked in, and insisted on being heard. Now, let's pause for a second. This isn't just about an uninvited visit. This is Jacob Zuma, leader of the newly formed uMkhonto weSizwe (MK) party, a man currently in political combat with the very organization he once led, walking into the ANC's symbolic center of power like he still owns the keys. That's not just political theater, it's psychological warfare. ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula, never one to mince his words, came out guns blazing. He slammed Zuma's actions as disruptive, provocative, and designed to undermine internal ANC processes. Mbalula said flatly that Zuma had no business at Luthuli House and questioned his intentions, especially considering Zuma's vocal opposition to the ANC since launching the MK party. But here's the thing, Zuma knew exactly what he was doing. His appearance wasn't a mistake or a miscalculation, it was a calculated show of force. It was his way of reminding the ANC, the public, and perhaps even his own supporters, that he is far from irrelevant. Zuma might not hold office anymore, but he knows how to control the headlines and manipulate the optics. His visit reportedly left Gwede Mantashe, one of Zuma's old adversaries, visibly irritated. Sources close to Luthuli House suggest that Mantashe didn't even want to meet Zuma. The tension between the two dates back years, with Mantashe often serving as a loyalist to President Ramaphosa and a vocal critic of Zuma-era state capture allegations. So why target Mantashe? That's the million-rand question. Some political analysts say Zuma wanted to confront Mantashe personally, perhaps over comments made in recent weeks about Zuma's betrayal of the ANC. Others believe Zuma's aim was to provoke an institutional response, to trigger the ANC into making a mistake, perhaps even barring him formally from the premises, which would only bolster his claim that the ANC has lost its moral compass. Now let's talk about the broader implications. Zuma's visit comes at a time when relations between the ANC and the MK party are reaching boiling point. The MK party is positioning itself as a populist alternative to the ANC, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, where Zuma's grassroots support remains powerful. After securing significant votes in the 2024 national elections, MK party is now aiming to disrupt ANC dominance in the lead up to the 2026 local government elections. This is more than just a rivalry, it's a full-blown political divorce. Zuma's appearance at Luthuli House can be interpreted as him crossing enemy lines, not as a peacemaker, but as a challenger. It's a power move, a provocation, and a warning all rolled into one. And let's not forget the symbolism here. Luthuli House isn't just an office. It's the beating heart of the ANC. It's where strategies are made, where power is negotiated, and where the memory of liberation is preserved. For Zuma to walk in, uninvited, as the head of a rival party, is like Julius Malema showing up at a DA caucus meeting. It's that absurd, that contentious, and that politically explosive. But Zuma isn't new to controversy. He thrives on it. His political life has always been defined by chaos, whether it was his firing by Thabo Mbeki, the rape trial, the arms deal saga, Nkandla, or the endless state capture allegations. Each time, Zuma has found a way to rebrand himself as the victim, the outsider, the misunderstood revolutionary. And in a political climate where voter trust is crumbling and institutions are weakening, that image still resonates. Zuma's supporters don't see him as a villain, they see him as a warrior. A man who's been persecuted for telling inconvenient truths. His arrival at Luthuli House plays directly into that narrative, the elder statesman returning to discipline a lost organization. But here's where it gets dangerous. By refusing to play by the rules, Zuma is pushing South African politics into uncharted waters. If political parties can no longer maintain their internal boundaries, if party headquarters can be stormed by rivals, then what separates structured democracy from political anarchy? And let's be honest, this wasn't just a confrontation with Mantashe. It was a jab at Ramaphosa himself. Zuma has consistently ridiculed Ramaphosa's leadership, painting him as weak, captured by white monopoly capital, and disconnected from the poor. By walking into Luthuli House and bypassing Ramaphosa's authority, Zuma sent a loud and clear message: you might have the title, but I still have the power. This whole episode also exposed deep fractures inside the ANC. While Mbalula and Mantashe were outraged, there are whispers that some ANC members, especially in KZN and Mpumalanga, are still sympathetic to Zuma. There's a quiet fear that attacking him too harshly could split the party even further, or push wavering members straight into the arms of the MK party. And Zuma knows this. He's using it. He's playing the long game. With 2026 on the horizon, every move counts. Every stunt, every headline, every act of defiance is part of a larger strategy to undermine the ANC's credibility, stir up grassroots anger, and present MK as the authentic voice of the people. So what happens next? The ANC has said it will tighten security protocols at Luthuli House. But that sounds more like a reaction than a strategy. Zuma's already made his move. He's forced the ANC into a defensive position. The real question is whether the ANC can counter it, or whether this is just the beginning of a broader campaign of disruption from Zuma and his allies. And let's not pretend this is an isolated event. It fits into a larger pattern of political instability, factionalism, and democratic fragility that's gripping South Africa. Whether it's court battles, protest movements, coalition collapses, or now political incursions, the country is heading into a volatile phase, and Zuma, once again, is right at the center of it. So let's hear from you. Was Zuma out of line for storming Luthuli House, or was this a brilliant political maneuver from a master strategist? Is he still a major force in South African politics, or is he just causing chaos to stay relevant? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into South Africa's most pressing political dramas. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and see you next time.